Good morning, you guys. How was your weekend? Today's Monday. How was Father's Day yesterday? We had a good day yesterday. Me and my husband, we took a day to go to my brother's church. We wanted to be there with him on Father's Day. So we went there, and then we traveled. He lives about 40 minutes away, and then on the way back we stopped at Wendy's. That's where he wanted to go, so we stopped at Wendy's. They have a brand new Wendy's that just opened up in the town just right over from us, and right now they have those grilled ranch wraps. They're so good. He's been getting that when we do go, and it looks good too. They put lots of the grilled chicken. It's like little squares, lots of chicken in there, lettuce, cheese. He said it's so good. And then he got a sour cream and chive baked potato with it. Boy, that potato looked good too. I love their chili, so I got a small bowl of chili, and I got a chicken sandwich. It was good. And after that, we went on home and rested the rest of the day. So it was a good Father's Day. Our son, him and his little boys, I think they have a pool, so I think they hung out at the pool, and I don't know what all they did yesterday, but they had a good time with their dad, spending time together. And I talked to him a little bit by text yesterday. We wished him happy Father's Day and stuff. So that was yesterday. The weekend was a good weekend. I didn't do much over the weekend because last week I started deep cleaning. So I want to tell y'all a story. I'm going to show you what I'm doing this morning. I'm not putting makeup on, but I have a story, a snippet of my childhood. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I was telling who was I telling? I've told my husband, he knows the story. And then I was talking to my sister, one of my sisters. I have 4. I was talking to one of my sisters the other day. She had never heard this story before, I don't think. I'm going to ask her. I said, "You never heard that story before?" I thought I had told this story before. We have lots of stories. I have 4 sisters. There were 7 of us, so I had 4 sisters, 2 brothers. I really had 3 brothers. One, he died when he was 3 years old of leukemia. I think I was about 6 years old, and I'm the oldest. So there's a few that wasn't born yet, and there was some. I think my sister next to me, she's 15 months younger than me. I think she remembers him. I can't remember if my other sister and my older brother, I don't know what they remember or not. I'm going to have to ask. I need to ask them if they remember him. So, and then I had a brother, my younger brother, he died in 2021, October. So I have one brother, living, and my older brother. But like I said, I'm the oldest of 7, oldest of really 8. I say 7. But, my brother that died of leukemia when he was 3, so there was 8 of us. But a lot of my brothers and sisters don't remember him, so I'm always saying 7 of us, but there's really 8 of us. So, but yeah. So I just wanted to tell y'all this story. I'm gonna get on there and tell my story. That little story about me when I was little, about 6 years old. So I'm going to do that here in just a second, but I'll show you what I've done this morning. I'm deep cleaning my kitchen today. I've already started in. I'm doing another video after a while. I'll show you what it's a wreck. You know, when you deep clean, you tear everything apart. It's like, looks like I'm moving. But I did deep cleaning last week. I started, you know, the living room and the front room was easy. Then I deep cleaned the bedroom, which took me a while. Then the next day I deep cleaned the bathroom real good. That took me, you know, bathrooms and kitchens is like the worst. I deep clean it. You know, I do daily chores, daily cleaning, where you just, you know, you clean, you know how you do daily. But deep cleaning is a whole different level. And when I do deep cleaning, oh, y'all know. So I'm deep cleaning the kitchen today, and that's the last room to deep clean. I'll talk to you more. And when I get, I'm going to show you the process of the kitchen. I will show you that. It's worse before it's going to get better. Y'all know how that goes. But I'm going to do another video today showing you the process of that. So that's what I'll be doing today, but I had to stop. I stopped because I'm real bad about when I get up and I start in, I don't want to take my pajamas off. I just want to clean in my pajamas all day. I don't wash my face, don't comb my hair. But this morning I stopped. I said, okay, I'm going to get in the shower. I'm going to go get clean clothes on. I'm going to comb my hair and tie it back. I'm going to do my face routine, no makeup, but so here's what that's what I did. And now I have a really good cleanser that I love. I cleanse my face. And then after that, I used this. I love this stuff, y'all. Y'all look into this. Anybody use this? This is Witch Hazel, the face toner. It's good for my skin. I have the dry skin. So, you know, it's alcohol-free aloe vera formula. I use this after I cleanse my face. I use this. It takes any leftover makeup stuff or anything off with this. I love this stuff. I love how it makes my skin feel. And then after that, then I use a cold, wet washcloth, and I just sort of, you know, go over it after the Witch Hazel. And then then I put this hyaluronic acid on there. And then I put this, this right here. I've talked to y'all about this. I get this at TJ Maxx. I love this stuff. This is the vitamin C. And I've read things, but I will do it again if you want me to, if you want to know more about it. Okay, so then I put that on, so I'm done. Oh, wait, I put a little bit of castor oil. I use this also to take my eye makeup and stuff off. It works so good, y'all. This is the that castor oil. It's cold pressed, organic, and I just sort of put it here to keep things moisturized, and I always put it right here, and I put it on my lips too. Keeps everything. My washing machine was going. I don't know if that was on when I first came on or not. If you heard that noise, it was my washing machine going. What? Laundry every day. Laundry. At least 2 loads a day. It was really running and working last week, though. I'll tell you about that too when I do the deep clean story. About got it conquered, though. That's what I was doing last week, y'all. I'll tell you more about it. And then this is a clean, it's called Hydrate, a clean electrolyte drink mix. Lemon lime, love this stuff. That's what I'm drinking. About 9 or 9:30, I'll have a Lean Way chocolate. It's a meal replacement nutrition. This is so good, y'all. And it's good and clean and good ingredients and full of nutrition. And then about 11 or 11:30, I'll mix me up a Slim Hunger Control. And this is really good too. And I'll sip on that and I'll drink that through the hour. And then I'll tell you when I come back with the video I make today of showing you my kitchen project. I'll let you know what I having in the afternoon. Okay. It's called a 3-day reset. And I'll tell you more about it later. But I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you this story. So I've done all my face stuff. So now I can just talk to you about my story. No makeup today, remember? I'm deep cleaning and what's the need of putting, I'm clean, my face is clean. What's the need of putting makeup on and all that when you're deep cleaning? And I feel like I told Charles, I said, I feel like a rat that's been dug out of a dirt hole or something by the time I get through cleaning and everything. So why would you put makeup on for that? So here I am. Let's go with this story. I want to tell y'all. Okay. Y'all know I wear glasses. I think I tell y'all that every time. Y'all want me to leave my glasses on or take them off? Don't matter, does it? Okay. When I was 6 years old, we lived out in the country. And we lived out in the country most of my growing up life. A lot of my growing up life. Out in the middle of cotton fields, usually. My dad worked on a farm. And so, how do I explain this? Like I said, I'm the oldest of my siblings. My mom stayed home with us, took care of us, raised us, was with us all the time. And and we didn't go places much. We just didn't. My dad worked a lot of hours on the farm. We was home. We played outside. We were home with Mom and play. At that time, we didn't have a phone. We didn't have an inside bathroom. It was outside bathroom, whatever you call it, outside toilet, outside bathroom in a little house. Anybody remember those? And we didn't have running water. We had a pump in the backyard. Best tasting water ever. We had a pump. So you had to go out and you have to prime them. Anybody out there? You put a little bit of water in it and you got this handle and you have to prime it and the water starts coming up. Mom had buckets and so that's what I remember. I don't remember anything before 6 years old. Some people says they remember when they were 5, when they were 3. I don't remember anything before 6 years old. How about y'all? When you think way back, how old are you when you just started remembering anything? But I was 6 that's as far back as I can remember. And that's the house we lived in at the time. And I remember that, we had an outside bathroom, a water pump, no inside, no running water. And see what else to say. Outside bathroom, no running water. There's something else. What was it? Our heat was, we had a coal stove. Does anybody remember coal? Those round black, looks like rocks. It's coal. We had a coal stove for heating in the winter. That was our heat. No air conditioning. My mom did, I think it had a gas stove. There was gas. She had a gas stove to cook on. So that gives you an idea. No, it wasn't Little House on the Prairie, but when I think about it, it sort of felt like it. But we didn't think anything. That's all you know. So that's the way it was. So, okay, I didn't know anything about school. I didn't know that there was a school. It was just me, my brothers and sisters, you know, my parents, and mom. We seen her the most because Dad was out working on the farm many hours, and we'd see him on the weekend mainly. But I think by the time he come home at night, a lot of times we were already asleep. But never heard of school. Mom never talked about school to us. Didn't know nothing except our little world right there. And when we went somewhere, it would be on Friday night or usually on Friday night. I think we'd go to town. My mom didn't have driver's license. And my dad would go in the grocery store and he bought the groceries. And my mom would stay in the car with us kids. And that's how that was. So we did know that there was a grocery store. We didn't know anything about restaurants. Walmarts. We didn't know anything about places like that. But we did know there was a grocery store. We never went in the grocery store. And then we come home and then, you know, we were home. And, but when I was 6, well, guess what? That year, there was no kindergarten. I mean, there was no kindergarten. And so I didn't go to kindergarten. When I started, it's first grade. But the next year, they started kindergarten there at the school that I went to. The next year, that's when they started kindergarten. But when I started, they had not started kindergarten yet. So I started first grade. Okay, so I didn't know what school was. Didn't know anything about anything like that. My mom never talked about it, about school. But one day, when it was time for school to start that year, my mom got me ready and she put me on the school bus. When the school bus come, then she took me out there. The bus stopped and I got on the bus. I think she probably told me I was going to school, but I didn't know what school was. So I got on the bus. We got to the school. The bus was letting all of us kids off the bus at school. I got off the bus and I didn't know where to go. I did not know where to go. I got off the bus and I just sort of followed a lot of the kids that was my age is what I followed. A lot of the kids that was my age or around my age, I followed them. I followed them. I didn't follow the great big kids. Followed ones more my age. I followed them. There was no teachers there or anything when we got off the bus. There was none of that. So I got off the bus. I followed the kids my age. I just followed them. And when I followed them, they were going, I don't know where they was going. Anyway, I wound up, my first grade class her name was Mrs. Francis. The sweetest lady. I was 6. So she probably wasn't as old as I thought she was, but she was short. She wore her hair up like in a bun. I don't know how old she was, but I thought she was an older lady. She was like a grandmotherly type. So sweet. And her class, I was in her class. Mrs. Francis. Loved her so much. She was very soft-spoken, kind, never raised her voice. And that was really good for me when I didn't know what I was I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know anything about school or what it was. So that worked out. That was a blessing from God for me. I was real shy. You know, we was just home with my mom. We never went anywhere. And so that was a blessing for me. She was a little grandmotherly type teacher. She was kind. And I was real shy then, real shy. And timid. And she was perfect for what I needed. And I really loved her class. So we learned to read with Dick and Jane books. Does anybody out there know anything? Did you have Dick and Jane books when you was, how old are y'all? Y'all about my age. Don't you remember, or did you learn to read with Dick and Jane books? I still love Dick and Jane's books, and I have a Dick and Jane's book that I got from the Scholastic, their book when you go to, when Jason was little, I'd go in there and I bought a Dick and Jane book. And my little grandson, Lincoln, he loves it. He started reading it. He was he 3 or 4? 5? I think he was about 4. Anyway, he loved reading that. He's read that whole book. It's a pretty thick book. Learned how to read with Dick and Jane. At that time, there was a big, tall pages, thick pages, and it was on a flip thing. And the very first page was a picture of Spot. He was their dog. There's a picture of Spot, just his face. And at the bottom, it said Spot. That was the beginning of learning how to read. And she would say, you know, there's Spot. And we'd learn how to say those syllables and stuff, you know, S, all those, you know what I mean, if they still teach them like that. And then she'd flip it over, and the next one was Sally. She was a little blonde-headed girl, and it'd have her name Sally. Then she'd flip it over, you know, there's Jane and Dick, and then Mother and Father, and Puff. Then Puff came along, the cat, the kitty cat. Puff came along, and that's how I learned to read, and I still love Dick and Jane today. That's what I remember. Okay. So there was another first grade class next to us, and in between the two classes was bathroom, and each class we shared the bathroom. I remember that, and I remember, you know, recess, and here's another little story. Well, we had, do schools still have chalkboards and erasers? I think they do. Chalkboard and erasers. Well, you know, those erasers needed to be beat out and stuff. So she would choose like 2 at a time, through the week. And we had a big square concrete, and it's like a sandbox, but it was concrete. Nowadays they probably wouldn't have hard concrete, afraid kids would get hurt or something. But it was a sandbox, and she chose me and another girl. And you just think that's the most wonderful thing. You're being sent out for a little vacation or something. And so here we took all of our bunches of erasers, and we'd sit down in the sandbox thing, and we'd take our erasers and we would beat them on the concrete there. We'd beat them together and beat them, and we got all that chalk dust out. We just had the best time doing that, and then we'd go back in our class. And another thing I remember is every day in the afternoon before we went home, sometime in the afternoon, we called him, he was the janitor, but we called him the milkman. we called him the milkman. He would bring us a little carton of milk. He did all the classes, but here he'd come with the carts of milk cart with those little boxes, and they didn't have chocolate milk. It was all white milk, but I love milk, white milk too. I don't know if we had much milk when at home or not, but I look forward to that milk. Probably more than some kids did, because we were poor, We were poor. We didn't know it, but we were. As far as, money-wise, we wasn't poor any other kind of way, but but I looked over, and there was a girl with a little Ziploc bag, and it had chocolate in it, chocolate powder in it. And she was putting her chocolate in her white milk and shaking it up. And I remember thinking, you imagine a 6-year-old. I remember thinking, I wish I had some of that chocolate to put in my milk. My parents didn't buy things like that. That was not a necessary thing. But I remember thinking that I wish I had some of that chocolate to put in my milk. I remember that. And just to put me back 6 years, just look at a little 6-year-old, okay? I'm telling you about when I was 6. So then, I remember those things. Oh, here's another one. I didn't know nothing about shots. Well, then, I don't know if they do now or not, but back then, the nurses would come and they'd be in the cafeteria. And here, kids would be lined up like cattle. And you'd walk by, and then whatever shots you're supposed to be having at that time, they'd give you a shot, and you'd keep moving. I don't remember ever having any kind of shot. Oh my goodness. When I got up there closer and closer, and you could smell the alcohol, and when I got up there closer and closer, and I was watching them stick those kids' arms with them needles, before I got up there to them, I got out of the line and I ran. I ran out of that cafeteria and I ran to my classroom. I run away. I don't remember the rest of that story. If, they come and got me and still made me have that shot, I don't remember. I can't remember. I just remember running away. I don't know what them teachers or them principals or stuff thought. Like, these kids is being raised out in the, I don't know. So anyway, well, I was the only one in school that year because the rest of them weren't in school yet. Let's see, is there anything else? There's some more stories. I'll tell you some more later, but I'll just leave it right there. Oh, you're not going to get over this next one, but it's already 30 minutes long, so you're not going to believe this next story. This is still my first. Now I'll go back to my first day and what happened at the end of the day. Y'all are not going to believe this. This is unheard of nowadays. You will not believe what happened at the end of the day, my first day of school, first grade. But it's 31 minutes long, and I'm not going to keep y'all sitting here all day. I'll tell you that story. Hang on. It's a cliffhanger. Y'all hang on. I'll tell you that one. That's probably the best one of all the stories I've told so far. But anyway, there's a little story about me. When I started school, and this was everything I told you was first grade that I've told you so far, and the one I'm going to tell you the next time is the first day of first grade. At the end of the day, it's a humdinger. So I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get in there in the kitchen. I'm going to shut this video off. And I'm going to upload it for you guys, and then I'll be making another one today as I'm deep cleaning my kitchen. Y'all are super duper. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you for hanging in here with me. And be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. I would like to have 1,000 subscribers by Christmas so that I can come on here live. But we will see. All right. Thanks, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.